I got the passion to distill just from being a Kentucky boy, growing up around bourbon. When I left the military, I was looking for that next thing and had a mentor say, well, you can do anything you want. So I sought out distilling. So I have a new baby at home. She's a month old, and my wife. We live on a small farm with horses and cow and chickens and ducks, and we kind of are trying to grow our own food and live as much as possible on stuff that we make and that we raise. I enjoy trail riding with my family and really being close with nature and close with animals. Just working with my hands, being out on the farm. I love Wendell Berry and kind of his philosophies on living an agrarian life and enjoying that kind of aspect. I try to bring that as much as I can to the distilling side, and I think it would be really cool in the future if I were to be able to grow a crop that I could eventually ferment and distill from beginning to end. Coming from a person that's from Kentucky and the long heritage of bourbon being in Kentucky, it's cool to join those ranks, and as distilling's getting more scientific and more industrialized, to look back on what makes it a trade and what bring back the art to distilling. And then also from the consumer standpoint, like when you go into a bar or you're at a party or you're sitting around a fire with friends, being able to share spirit with them, and especially as a distiller, sharing something that I made that I know the story of. I've met the farmer that made the grain. I've met the still maker, and just the different portions of people that go into making the product, and then also understanding the process and knowing that 100 people have probably touched that product that I'm sharing with my friends, and bringing that community together. Everyone in the program is coming from a different background, a different previous career, or maybe this is their first foray into a career. So you have these people from different backgrounds of different industries sharing their input. You get to experience a lot of home brewers that have been home brewing for 10 to 20 years. And then you're also sharing ideas throughout the process. It's really cool to have that sounding board and that peer group. There's a lot of programs out there for people that they want to spend a weekend, but there's no. This is the first program that you get an actual degree. It's also interesting because each weekend is different. You're getting a different viewpoint from industry professionals that have been working in the industry for years. From anywhere from scientists, who work on the science of fermentation, all the way to the actual craftsmen, the brewers, the bottlers, the people that work in marketing, and just the whole span of the people that you get to interact with on a one-on-one basis is really cool. The size of the cohort and then the size of the divisions in the cohort make it really easy to interact directly with your instructor, to have that one-on-one time, whereas a lot of programs don't have that yet. It's really cool to be a part of.